There are two kinds of sentencing in the court of law, but I'm getting too far ahead of myself. Let's take it one at a time. So first, we'll talk about indeterminate sentences. Indeterminate sentences don't specify a period of time or a date a prisoner will be released. Instead, it gives them a range of time. Within that range of years, the bottom number is the minimum number the prisoner has to serve before they can make parole. It is up to the parole board to make a decision whether he or she shows signs of rehabilitation and is ready to make a return to society. Prosecutor Rick Trumfield makes an analogy to an indeterminate sentencing for a felony in New York State.
If the parole board says we're going to let you out after you serve 24 years, then they may be released to parole, but they're still on the hook for life. So if they violate parole, when they go back in, they're facing life again.
Now, a parole board doesn't have a say-so in all sentencing. Determinate sentencing is exactly how it sounds. The sentence is determined and gives a precise time period. For example, a burglary may call for a judge to rule it for 3 years determinate, whereas the law calls for an automatic prison term. There is no range in this type of sentencing. 3 years would be the minimum and the maximum. Why are these the two types of sentencing used in the court system? Well, one reason is they came up with the indeterminate sentencing because it gives prisoners an incentive to behave and get out on good behavior. Now, we talked about the minimum number and range of years, but what about the big one? How do sentences add up to so many years? In the Larry Nassar case, he was sentenced to 40 to 175 years in prison. How did these numbers get so high? It's simply done by addition and multiplication.
A rape in the first degree in New York State, the maximum punishment is 25 years determinate. The minimum punishment is 5 years determinate. If the person has committed 5 counts of rape in the first degree, those can be run consecutively. So now multiply 5 times 25 and you get 125 years. For instance, in the Larry Nassar case, he had so many victims, and so what the judge did was run all his sentences consecutively. You could also run them concurrent.
Larry Nassar's consecutive sentencing reflects the number of victims, and they can be stacked up or they can be concurrent. That's sentencing for a crime explained. I'm Dominique Patrick, NCC knows, and now you do too.